This for our post-game coverage, Grant Hill, Isiah Thomas, Brendan Haywood right there. I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us as well. The Celtics, again, struggled in the fourth quarter. Golden State, after uncharacteristically losing the third quarter for the first time in the finals, won the fourth by 10. It was really more lopsided than that because they started out 29-14, Zeke, and Boston, after all the clutch time troubles in Game 4, never even got to clutch time. It was never that close.
No, it never was. And, I mean, for Boston, it was a matter of turnovers. I mean, when you have 18 turnovers on the road and you can't force turnovers, Golden State only had 6 turnovers. I thought Boston hung around, had every opportunity to win the basketball game. However, they couldn't convert at the right time. They would throw the basketball away. And also you have to question their shot selection at different points and times of the game.
No, I agree with Isiah 100%. I mean, a fantastic third quarter, very reminiscent of Game 1, their fourth quarter performance, where they actually won that fourth quarter and won that game, Boston. But they really struggled that first quarter. You know, you give a team like this, like Golden State, that kind of lead, you got to be almost perfect to get back in and sustain. They were almost perfect for a stretch there in that third quarter, but once again, the fourth quarter. This time it wasn't the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter like Game 4 where Boston struggled offensively. It was really the first 7 minutes or the first 5 or 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. They just couldn't knock them out. You know, they had a great run there that third quarter, poor offense. As Isiah talked about the turnovers, Golden State, they won the battle in the paint, plus 14 points in the paint. They weathered that storm, Golden State, and had a great fourth quarter there. They could have, hung their head there, and the momentum felt like it was turning. But Boston just not enough to knock them out. And a lot of it, I think, was just poor offensive execution, which we saw at the end there, Game 4. We saw it in the fourth quarter here tonight.
Warriors began the fourth with 10 unanswered points, and this is a significant win for a lot of reasons. One, it puts the Warriors within a game of another championship, but they did it on a night when Steph Curry did not have his shooting stroke. How many times have we said that in the playoffs? He had hit at least 1 3 in each of his 132 career postseason games until tonight. He was 0 for 9, 7 of 22 from the field, and the Warriors still come out on top.
And that just means this was a great team win. If you would have told me Steph Curry is going to go out there and shoot the percentages that he shot, 7 of 22, 0 of 9 from 3, I'm thinking Boston wins by 15. But Draymond Green brought the energy that we wanted to see from the beginning of the game. Then from that point on, Andrew Wiggins had a great game as far as scoring the ball and rebounding. Defensively, he was active as well. They got some key contributions. Also, some Klay Thompson hit some big-time threes. So this was a very good team win. Their team defense was probably the biggest reason they won this game. And that's why even though Steph Curry didn't play well, they were still able to win. This time of year, defense travels. Yeah. And even though it's a home game, we'll just say the defense just traveled to stay with Golden State.
Klay Thompson was the only Warrior with any kind of a stroke from three-point range. He knocked down 5. The rest of the team was 4 of 29 from three-point range. But aside from Steph, major scoring contributions, Andrew Wiggins in particular, Klay with his 21, and the 2 guys off the bench, part of a 31-10 bench advantage for the Warriors tonight. Let's go outside to Dennis Scott, who is maybe not in the middle of the celebration, but above the celebration. You can certainly hear it from where he is. How about the night for Andrew Wiggins, 3D?
Oh, it was huge, man, and you're right. I'm up just a little bit because it's a little crazy that right behind me, but talking to Andrew Wiggins yesterday, very comfortable, understanding his situation. And Zeke and B. Wood, you'll love this with Grant. When Steve Kerr tells you, go play your game, Wiggs, we know what you do. Don't settle for the 3. B. Wood, you and I were talking about late in that game where Wiggins had wide open three-point shots. He missed 3 in a row. He was 0 of 6 from three-point land. Then he started driving the basketball, attacking the defense, playing with more confidence, playing great defense, and then playing through him down the stretch. Like y'all mentioned, Steph wasn't shooting the ball particularly well, obviously. But Andrew Wiggins showed us now that his talent can be showed on the biggest stage on both ends of the floor. Driving the basketball, playing in the passing lane, and look at that grit right there at the end, showing some personality. So Andrew Wiggins, guys, has reminded all of us how talented he really is on both ends of the floors here in the finals.
Yeah, 3D, he was aggressive all night long with drives, mid-range shots, and obviously on the rebounds or on the boards, second straight double-digit rebounding game for Andrew Wiggins tonight. Warriors weren't great offensively. It was their defense in part, and again, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but some inexplicably bad Boston offense, particularly in that fourth quarter.
Well, this Boston team, they struggle in that aspect. Their stars have really, at times, had mega turnovers in these playoffs, and we saw it tonight. Between Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Tatum, all of those guys had either 4 or 5 assists. 4 or 5 turnovers, and that was huge. That definitely led to the team losing the turnover battle 18-6. So they have to figure out how are we going to get quality high-end shots, and tonight they just didn't have the answers, whether it was poor shots or it was turnovers. That's the reason Boston lost this game from their standpoint. The offensive execution simply wasn't there. 18
assists, 18 turnovers for the Celtics tonight.
When I look at the Celtics turnovers also, there's a thrust to get to the rim. However, you got to give Golden State, credit for not allowing them to get to the rim. However, they are getting to that 12 to 13-foot range where those are good mid-range shots that they can take, that they can make. However, they take that extra dribble, trying to get downhill, trying to get to the basket, and that's when they get in trouble. They'll beat their man off the dribble, 1-2 dribbles. They can get to the foul line. And Tatum, Brown, they can make those shots. But they're taking that one extra dribble that's getting them in trouble, getting to the basket. Then there's a whack at the ball and there's a turnover, and Golden State is in transition. I thought Golden State did a good job just in terms of defending, but I also think that Boston made some crucial mistakes. Anytime you hold Curry to, the point total that he had, the shooting percentage that he had, and he doesn't make a three, this is a game for you to win.
Yeah, no question. I think you have a situation where people don't fully respect the defense of Golden State. We get seduced by their shooting and their offense and how it's free-flowing, but their defense is one of the tops in the NBA. And you're right. As guys are penetrating, they're not making the right reads for Boston. And this defense, they switch a lot. They have a lot of experience. They have active hands. They play the passing lanes. And so they're able to shrink the floor and really, I think, confuse them a little bit. That's really been the key. When Boston's value the basketball, they've won. And, of course, when they don't have good offensive execution and a lot of turnovers, then you struggle. You give up, 22 points off of turnovers to this team, Golden State, who was struggling shooting. You're going to struggle. And then also, too, just getting back to Wiggins, with Curry and Thompson out there, I know Curry didn't hit shots, but you have to stay attached. And the beauty of Andrew Wiggins, he can put it on the floor and go get a bucket and go make a play.
Right.
And that's a differentiator. And him being aggressive, rebounding, playing defense, all-around game certainly served them well tonight and has this whole entire series.
Well, you may have noticed Jordan Poole is joining us here, and we'll let him get hooked up over the towel. Got to have the towel.
Dun, 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 dun,
ready? Can you hear us?
Dun, 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 dun.
14 off the bench for Jordan Poole. Hit 3 threes tonight on a night when you guys as a team were not good from three-point range. You just weren't knocking down shots collectively. What in your mind was the biggest difference tonight?
Just whenever I was given an opportunity to go out there and make a play. Offensively, defensively, just try to give our team a boost. And luckily I was able to do that tonight.
I don't get the sense that you're short on confidence generally, but you made a move, I think, in the second quarter where you shook somebody and hit a little step-back three, and it felt to me like maybe the most confident move you've made in this series. Does that stand out for you, or is that just another play?
It was just another play. A good sign is I was able to hit a three, try to get going early. And then in the second half, getting that opportunity just to kind of keep going later in the third and kind of give our team some momentum, but just being aggressive and trying to make shots and make plays for my teammates.
Can you tell us what you guys are doing defensively to disrupt Boston and also cause the number of turnovers that you forcing throughout the game? Tonight they have 18 turnovers. What are you guys doing consistently to force those turnovers?
Playing with physicality, being able to play with physicality and being on the string and the backside. These guys are talented and they do a really good job of attacking the basket. So being able to have our primary defenders press up a little bit, be physical, and being able to be connected on the backside and being in rotations and help play team defense has been huge.
Jordan, what is up with you in these end of quarter desperation shots. You were begging for the ball. Wiggins maybe a little bit late, but threw it to you. But in all seriousness, that was a big-time shot. It really kind of got the momentum back because they had a great third quarter, and you guys were able to, keep the lead going into the fourth quarter and use that going into the fourth. But what is it? You just, in those situations, is it supreme confidence?
Every time.
Every time.
You kind of have to shoot it, and there's nothing to think about. And my teammates know that I want the ball in that position every time, whether it's in the shot clock, in the quarter. And Wiggs even told me, like, he was looking for me because I make shots like that all the time. But, just be ready for the moment, essentially, and step up. And I was able to hit a big one today.
Jordan, the last 2 games, the efficiency has been up for you. You've been playing a little bit better offensively. Is there anything that you saw specifically from a defensive standpoint that they were doing early in the series that you've made an adjustment to?
Nah, just being aggressive. Just being aggressive. Just going out there and looking for my shot, hunting shots, and trying to, I guess, play make for other people. And I know that they think that I'm a focal point and they try to pressure me a little bit. So just hunting for my shots, and my teammates are open, find them in a position to score.
Jordan, our guy Dennis Scott is outside, but he still can hear you and talk to you and ask you questions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Jordan, I talked to you a few days ago. Can you talk about how Steve Kerr has instilled more confidence in you when the ball's not going in, but you still have to play at a high level? Can you share with the fans how Steve Kerr has been so good for you?
Yeah, coach is giving me the keys to the offense, and just being able to go out there and play freely, play with joy. And, I'm a team-first player, and I want to win more than anything. So going out there and just making the right play. Luckily, that's allowing me to be aggressive and try to put the ball in the basket. But, just credit to my teammates, too. Everybody came out ready to play. Everybody was aggressive. And it's huge, when we're clicking on both sides of the ball.
You spoke earlier in the year about your relationship with Clay and also Steph, how, when you say coach is giving you the keys to the offense, but they've also, given you, the keys and a lot of confidence. Talk about how that's been for you and how important that is in the NBA Finals.
Yeah. Just the fact that they trust me to make it easy for them is huge. Being able to get Steph off the ball a little bit, allow him to move freely, get us some catch and shooting opportunities. And same thing for Clay is being aggressive and trying to put him in situations where he can just score the ball. And these two are tremendous shooters, and I'm able to learn under their tutelage. And the fact that they trust me, to give me the ball and let me call my own plays and put them in situations to score at the highest level is pretty awesome.
So when they first gave you the ball and said, hey, we trust you can do it, was you like, really? Yeah, like
no, I was like, yeah,
like y'all giving it to me?
No, I was like, let's get it.
You was like,
yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna make it easy for y'all.
Right.
Luckily, we've been able to get a nice little chemistry.
So this is the 3rd time now you get to make the cross-country flight after a win. I imagine it's got to be a lot better flight, 5 hours across the country.
No, the flight is definitely still long, no matter what. Win or lose.
It's a long one if you lose, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jordan, appreciate it. Congratulations. You're a win away from a title. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate
All right,
you
Jordan Poole with us after a 14-point night.
All right.
Let's take it inside and hear from some of the Celtics who have lost consecutive games for the first time in this series. I want to see how long you're going to be. How about that for a walk-off line from Draymond Green? Jason Tatum. Celtics on the road where they seem more comfortable this postseason. Steph Curry coming off that 43-point Game 4 in Boston. This was, to me, a huge moment for Dre just to get himself going a little bit.
Yeah, it was good for Dre to see the ball go through the basket. The crowd really responded to that, and Golden State was off to the races early on, looking good as Curry goes to the float.
Steph only with 4 points in the first quarter. Andrew Wiggins looking for his shot all night long.
Jordan-esque.
I mean, not only looking for a shot, but getting them off to a very good start, defensively, offensively, Tatum, knocking down the shot. But Boston they were off from the three-point line all night.
It was weird. Boston missed their first 12 threes before Tatum knocked that one down. And the Celtics started the second quarter 8-0. Draymond Green, the rebound to Wiggins, and then Curry to Wiggins for the layup on the break.
Yeah, and Wiggins, like I said, he had that type of night, gave him big-time energy, whether it was in transition or on the glass, as we see Steph Curry right there with the finger roll.
How about that finish from Steph, who also had 8 assists, by the way. And it was a 12-point Golden State lead. And then we had Bizarro World in the third quarter, Grant, because it was the Celtics winning the third.
Oh, no question. One indeed came out hot, aggressive, played with confidence, got stops on defense, and really got themselves back in the game early in that third quarter, Matt.
Boston hit the first 10 points of that third quarter. Al Horford lined up, and some of these were wide open all-day looks for the Celtics from the three-point line. That was the 8th straight Boston make from three after missing their first 12. That's weird. And then it's Marcus Smart. He hits the floater. They win the third by 11, but it could have been an even bigger lead if not for Jordan Poole, who launches from 38 feet.
Hey, man, hey, listen, they say it's officially pool season, right?
That was a big momentum shot, too, at the end of the third. They really needed that shot going into the fourth quarter.
So even though the Celtics won the quarter, the Warriors emerge with a 1-point lead, and they would respond maybe because of that momentum from the Poole shot with 10 unanswered points to start the fourth. Of course, that was Poole.
A little flashback.
Flashing back.
A little flashback.
Back to game 2 in the third quarter. It's kind of been his thing in this series. As mentioned,
Get up.
the Warriors, 10 straight points to start the fourth. Not Marcus Smart's greatest moment. He flops a little bit there. He gets into it with the officials on the other end. Led to a technical foul. And then it's Wiggins, again, aggressive on the shot.
Yeah, attacking, Matt, not settling at all, getting into the paint, getting touches where he was efficient all night.
Andrew can dunk as well, you may be aware.
Yeah, put a little bit of sauce on that stare to Derek White a little bit. And I'm just glad he made the adjustment. He was 0 of 6 from three as we see him go down the lane for the dunk. He didn't just hang out behind that three-point line, started taking it to the basket, and good things happened for him. Andrew Wiggins, 26 big points tonight.
Warriors started the fourth 29-14 as Boston goes 4 of 15 with 4 turnovers in the final quarter, and the Warriors win it by 10. So we still don't have a game in this series decided by single digits. It is the first back-to-back wins in the finals by either team as the Warriors now improve themselves to 11-1 on their home floor. Boston suffers their first back-to-back losses of the postseason as they lose following another loss for the first time.